Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News, Wednesday, December 6, 2023. Stand up for your country. We have, including this evening's broadcast, 9 more this year, 2023. Next year is going to be one of the most important years in this country's history. It really is a vital situation. And I am glad you're watching and listening on our radio affiliates tonight. But you got to spread the word. All you guys got to spread the word. Because I'm going to demonstrate once again tonight that the corporate media, which is so corrupt in America, the highest corruption level ever, is not going to tell you the truth about what's happening. We will. The talking points this evening is Donald Trump's town hall. Okay? So speaking to the choir, the former president on the Fox News channel last night was relaxed. You know, when a politician gets these kinds of offers to appear, they're smart to take them. Even in a contentious situation, you get your points across, voters notice. And Trump certainly did that last night. But the audience was not persuadable in the sense that they already liked him, 90% or even more. That doesn't mitigate anything that happened. It's just that at this point, if Donald Trump wants to regain the White House, he's got to appeal to independent voters. Now, the headline last night in the town hall was this. Go.
You are promising America tonight you would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one.
Except
Look,
for?
he's going crazy. Except for day one.
Meaning?
I want to close the border, and I want to drill.
That's not.
Okay, so Donald Trump did that on purpose. He wants to be provocative all the time. And that's all you heard this morning on the morning programs was Hannity saying you would never abuse power as retribution against anybody. And then Trump saying, except on day one. Bang, cut it off. Now, what Donald Trump meant was he would do executive orders to close the border, to stop the Biden regulations on drilling for oil on day one, just as Biden did to Trump. The same thing. Biden came in, opened the border at day one. Come on in. Anybody who wants to come on in, come on in. Joe Biden did that first day and then slapped regulations on the fossil fuel industry, which ignited inflation. That's what caused the inflation that we've all suffered through the past 3 years. So Trump says, no, day one, I'm going to be a dictator. He didn't mean that he was going to be a dictator. He meant, and then he later explained, but it was too late because the Hate Trump media just took part of what he said, which is what they always do. Now, Trump had to know that. He had to know it, all right? But he doesn't care. He just wants to throw these hand grenades. He wants to bear bait these media people, all right? That's not a good strategy. That is not a good strategy because there are millions of independent voters in this country that would vote for Donald Trump if he would just moderate his presentation a little bit. Many voters do not want chaos every day. I don't care. It matters to me what he says. It really doesn't matter. What matters to me is what Donald Trump did in the 4 years he was president. And he did a darn good job, in my humble opinion. I don't care what he says. I know him. I wrote The United States of Trump. I know what he does. He just throws the grenades. It's fun for him to do it, but it's not helping him right now. That's very important that everybody understand that. So, predictably, the Hate Trump media got hysterical. Roll the tape.
So, asked whether he would abuse power, you saw it there. No answer for nearly 5 full minutes. And then when he had an answer, it was yes on day one on certain issues.
If any other politician in American history were asked the question, are you going to be a dictator? No. Donald Trump never answered it. He never answered it.
Donald Trump admitted yesterday that he would be a dictator if he is reelected next year.
All right, so these people are all lying to you. I mean, but are you surprised? Nobody's surprised. This is what they have been doing for years. And their corporate masters do not care. When I was coming up in journalism, working for CBS News, ABC News, even Inside Edition, the syndicated program, if I told a lie on the air, I was in huge trouble. Huge trouble. Not anymore. Okay. So what has to happen, I believe, is that Donald Trump, he's going to win the primaries. All right. And we have the News Nation Republican debate tonight. The odds are 90% that he's going to win. When he goes into the general, if it were me, I would do it a little bit differently. And that's the memo. All right, so the hate Trump book industry, you know about it. Cassidy Hutchins, all these people. They put out a hate Trump book, and for the first 2-3 weeks, they sell copies, and it falls off the cliff, unlike Killing the Witches, which is picking up steam after 2 months. So Liz Cheney has a hate Trump book out. Go.
It will be the unraveling of our constitutional system. Every time people hear my former Republican colleagues talking about the weaponization of the Justice Department, I really urge them to stop and think about what that is. That's Republicans attempting to do Donald Trump's bidding, attacking one of the most foundational and important aspects of our republic.
All right, so Liz Cheney is Liz Cheney. So what? What she said doesn't really matter. She's through in politics. She'll never be elected to anything ever again. Her book came out yesterday. It's #1 on Amazon. Okay, there's a lot of people that can't get enough of hating Trump. That's it. They'll spend $20 to hate Trump every day. And that's what Liz gets. But if she thinks that she's got a future in politics, she doesn't. Okay, Republicans aren't going to support her. Only 29% in Wyoming, when she ran for re-election to Congress, 29%, that's all. And because she's pro-life and conservative on issues, Democrats will never support her. You got nobody. All right, so all right, Liz, you got your book, you sell a few copies, fine. Making a career out of hating Trump. All right, President Biden today delivered remarks to the White House Tribal Nations Summit. This is interesting. Native Americans were at the White House, and Biden promised to give them more federal funding. And he's not going to oversee how they spend the funds. They can do what they want with them. Okay, it doesn't really matter. Biden just gives away so much money. It's staggering, and it's never going to stop. That's what he does. That's all he does. And then Biden made some remarks about the vote coming up on Ukraine, Israel, and the border. I will play you those in a moment. But first, President's brother, James Biden, defied a congressional subpoena today. Didn't show up. And his lawyer said, yeah, we're not showing up. No excuse. We're just not going. Okay. The lawyer's Paul Fishman. Paul should know, and I'm sure he does, that Steve Bannon was sentenced to 4 months in prison for refusing to comply with a congressional subpoena. And Peter Navarro, another Trump advisor, he's awaiting sentencing. So I expect James Biden to go to prison for not showing up when subpoenaed. He has to almost go. Garland's not going to, he has to go. So he'll be charged with contempt of Congress. Now, Hunter Biden's not going to show up either. Hunter's supposed to show up. What's the date for Hunter? It's next week sometime, I think. December 13th. Is that what you said? Okay. In my ear, they tell me December 13th is supposed to show up. There it is, scheduled interview. And he says he's not showing up. Put him in jail. This is simple. Just put him in jail. Bannon goes to jail. Navarro goes to jail. The Bidens go to jail. If that doesn't happen, I don't know. Boy. So Hunter Biden, we learn now, got $5 million from a guy named Kevin Morris, who was a Hollywood big shot. There's Kevin. So he just gives $5 million on a Biden. Nobody really knows why. In the United States, if you received a cash gift for more than $17,000, you have to pay tax on it. Okay? That's it. You get 17 free. Somebody, your mom, your dad, your whatever, give you $17,000 or cash or stuff, no tax. Other than that, $5 million, you got a big tax bill. Hunter Biden pays zero, nothing. Again, he's not been charged. Not been charged. How does this happen? We are a banana republic right now. The United States of America is Venezuela. This is so corrupt. And there's no two sides to the story. I'll give you the Biden side. They say it was loans. Okay, loans. $5 million worth of loans? So Kevin Mars apparently loaned $5 million to Hunter Biden. For what? Cocaine? Hookers? I mean, I'm laughing because it's so absurd. But it's happening in real life. It's happening. It's, and where's the corporate media on this? Ignore it. Maybe it's Russian disinformation. My God. Wall Street tells us to put our money in an IRA or 401k, telling you that risking your life savings in the Wall Street casino is a secure investment in your future. But did you know the average American who follows that advice might outlive their savings by 10 years? With Bank on Yourself, grow and protect your hard-earned money. This retirement plan alternative has never had a loss in more than 160 years. Your tax rate will be zero in retirement. It's guaranteed predictable growth and retirement income. Your plan doesn't go backward when the markets tumble. Both your principal and growth are locked in. So get a free report with details on how to bank on yourself and the strategy that entails. Adds guarantees, predictability, and control to your financial plan. Go to bankonyourself.com/no-spin. That's bankonyourself.com/no-spin. Mail segment, Dr. Larry Pack. O'Reilly, you said no one benefits from the clash between blacks and Jews, but I believe the progressive left benefits because they want strife in the country. Their goal is to destroy us by creating social and all times of chaos. But what this has done, Doctor, is spotlighted these lunatics on the progressive left. And most Americans don't like that. So it has hurt them, their image. Kurt, I think the protests and the people coming out for Hamas is good because we can now see who they are. There you go. Kurt and I are on the same wavelength, to use a cliche. Patricia Resnick, South Bethany, Delaware. I don't understand how Hamas was able to build a massive amount of tunnels. Why did no one stop it? Who's going to stop it? Hamas controls Gaza. Israel doesn't have any sway in there. That's a Hamas Palestinian area. Who would stop it? That's what the problem is. The terrorists run Gaza. Sharon, it's finding it hard to believe that the Democratic Party has been grooming Kamala Harris for nothing. She checks the boxes, first female of color, and she's a progressive. Yeah, but her poll numbers are worse than Biden's. So yeah, the progressives in the Democratic Party would love to have her run, but Americans don't like her. David Hotzen, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. The fact that George Santos got elected was failure of the media. Okay, I disagree. It's failure of me. I voted for him, my district. I didn't check him out. I don't depend on the media for anything. I am the media. And that's what I should have checked him out. Special election in February here in New York to, because he's booted, to elect another congressman for the third. And this time I'm going to study these guys or gals. Russell, those in positions of power and authority at NBC should be held accountable for what they put out on MSNBC. Who's going to hold them accountable? Who? They got protections. Nobody. Doug Wright, Caldwell, Idaho. Just finished reading Killing the Witches. What a terrific book. As much as I enjoyed the pages devoted to the witch hunts and the exorcism in modern days, I must confess my favorite sections were the author's note where you, O'Reilly, nailed it with regards to the modern day witch hunt. Very, very important. Killing the Witches sold 250,000 copies in a little more than 2 months. Phenomenon. Talk about it on Hannity's radio program today, why it's successful, and I hope you consider it for Christmas. And if you go to Amazon and read the reviews, about 80% say it's an excellent book. Pretty good. Penelope Abernathy, Murrow's Inlet, South Carolina. You're doing a great job, O'Reilly. Please keep it up. You're one of the last bastions we have in a world full of hatred and violence. Thank you. I really appreciate it, Penelope. We are trying our hardest. And we are succeeding in the BillO'Reilly.com Hanukkah and Christmas store. For Hanukkah on Friday, you got to get the gift cards now. For Premier and Concierge membership, you get a free book sent to you through the post office. So this is a fabulous deal. Last minute, or anybody you believe, all right, wants the truth. The gift cards, and then you get a free book for every gift card you buy. And then we have the Killing Crazy Horse unbelievable discount, $9.95 for this book, because we got a ton of them. Then we have Killing the Witches and Killing the Killers together, another great deal, $21.95. The United States of Trump and a blue Merry Christmas tree ornament, $17.95. We're trying to save you as much money as we can save you. And then you get the whole Killing series, all right? All 13. And if you order that, you get the live show that I did a few weeks ago, downloaded to you. Word of the day, no umbrage, UMBRAGE, when writing me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine, name and town, right back. We are nearing the end of Medicare's annual enrollment period, a time when choices matter. You know, I've mentioned AMAC before. They are the conservative alternative to AARP, and their focus is on pro-America values. Whether it's adding prescription drug coverage, changing your Advantage plan, or even exploring Medicare supplement options, you'll get top-notch guidance and support that you deserve. AMAC offers dozens of plans from a selection of top insurers. So please don't wait. The annual enrollment period ends on December 7th. AMAC's Medicare guidance is always free of charge, and there's never any obligation to buy. Best of all, there's no liberal agenda. So stop supporting companies who do not support you. Beat the approaching deadline and do Medicare the right way with AMAC's Medicare Advisory Service. Don't wait. Call now, 888-355-5605, or visit amac.us/trust. All right, here is a final thought. Yesterday we told you about Americans and stocks because Biden is so unpredictable and weak that stock market goes up and down, up and down. My advice was hold on. Hold on, I'm coming, Sam and Dave. Okay. But I didn't have the stats, and I should have. 61% of all American adults hold stocks. Most of them in IRAs and retirement funds and education funds. That is the way to increase your money. That's the best way in capitalism. Hang tough. That is the final thought of the day. And I said at the beginning of the program, 2024, vital year. You know it is. If the progressives win the presidency again, and that's Biden, or any Democrat at this point, next November, this country is going to experience irreparable damage. I'm sorry, that's the truth. Got to get these people out of there. I'm not a party guy, you know I'm not. But the progressive left is just brutal. From the hate cops to the border to the weakness overseas to the inflation, it's brutal. That's why you got to stay here. And that's why you got to give people premium and concierge memberships to BillO'Reilly.com. Thank you for watching and listening. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.